So these are the trees that need to be evicted. They are dying right in the middle of all of this lush green arborvitaes that I have. So today we're going to get rid of them, and then we're going to be planting all around them. I hope to be planting these arbs, but let's see. Let's see how it turn out. Let's see what we end up doing there. So I'm not going to spoil the surprise. So I'm going to plant these two that I bought from Home Depot. I think they're similar in height to the others. Look at all the new growth. This is just 1 year, 1 season. Like in the winter, they just put on this shoot. It's loving its life, along with the other new growth on them. This is the second one I'm going to be planting. It's slanted, but we'll get it done. All right, so let's do this. Wow, that was easy. I was surprised that the soil was quite moist and easy to move around, but it wasn't soggy. So I still don't know what the deal is. My allergies were certainly a factor this day. I tried my best to work through it, but man, I was struggling, I have to say. Now that it's opened up, I feel like, I don't know if I want to put arbs over here anymore. I do like the idea of creating a green wall. I love the winter interest, but then I also want to grow food, and these arbs, I planted them 2 feet out this way so that they will have enough room to grow. And so I didn't give myself enough space in the front here for vegetables and food. So now that this is out, I feel like I have so much more space. I don't think I'm going to put these arbs in. We'll find another home for them, or maybe return them. And I'm just going to use this space going all along for food. And let's see how it goes. So that's it. I guess there's no planting of those arbs. So I went ahead and started removing these wood planks that I had lying down. I got them from the builders, but as you can see, they're very tiny. Nothing wanted to grow in there, not even onions. So I'm pulling them out, and I'm just going to have this open space that I can grow food. Ooh, feels good to get more space, especially when you know you have no other space. And I'm so into having things contained. I don't like having plants and weird, things everywhere. I just like having an organized space. And the fact that I have some netting or a little fence area here where I can try and block the rabbits from eating up all my produce, I just want to make sure everything goes in there. But then I don't want to lose my arbs. I want privacy. So this is kind of like a double-edged sword. I'm happy, but then I don't know, something has to give. And for now, the arbs will have to give, and I'll just plant the other two somewhere else until I've tired of using this space for food and I've found a different method. Then maybe I can plant them and they'll still catch up with the others. bought these from the store, and then I guess I forgot about them. And look at all of the, seed, or where it has sprouts on it, so I can grow from these points. I could cut them and make more potatoes, but I won't because I don't have that much space, as you can see. So just cut off these ones and then maybe leave I would just leave one and plant that. And you plant them 6 inches deep. At least that's what I believe. That's what I did with the other one. So I spent some time removing the sprouts that I didn't want and planting the seed potatoes. I have potatoes growing elsewhere too. And you know what? Out of everything that I grow in my garden for food, potatoes are my favorite. They're just so good. So I had to make space for these. And if I can continue succession planting, I might just keep planting them over and over as they come up, because I love it that much. I've decided to plant these big leaf basil all around the potatoes, like everywhere, almost like a hedge. So this is fertilizer that I'm sprinkling all along the garden bed here, making sure that these plants get enough energy. It's organic fertilizer, biotone, but you could use blood meal, bone meal. I used bone meal actually the last time, but I decided to give this one a try, and so far I haven't had any problems. I just ran out of my bone meal and I bought this instead, so let's see how it does. So I like to repurpose things. If I find something on the side of the road that could be useful to me, I am not ashamed to park my car and pick it up. Unlike my children, they'll say, "Mommy, please, please," but nope, I still pick them up. So this basket here was on the side of the road. It's open at the bottom, and I thought it was a great find. I can plant things that need more root space and want to go down into the ground while still protecting against some of the critters around here. I'm also reusing this container to help me with my planting. I don't want to plant in the ground this year because I haven't had much luck because of the critters. They just come around and slice it right at the top. But it's been working for me in containers, so that's what we're doing. I also picked up these tomato cages. So in these containers, I've decided to plant peppers and tomatoes, different varieties of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, like some lemon tomatoes, something like that, and other varieties, and then a lot of different varieties of peppers, jalapenos, habanero, green pepper, red bell peppers, all of that with some herbs. You can see these ones I grew indoors. These are tomatoes, and so I'm just filling it up, trying to be judicious. I don't want to fill it up too much, so I did come through later on and thin out some of the peppers because I think they grow really big and I need room, and I don't want my plants to get sick just because I didn't want to give them enough room to grow. So that's what we're doing. The water was spilling everywhere because I started to put on, the speeds. I needed to go celebrate my mom's birthday. So the next day we started up again. So this time we're planting up the other corner. I had ran out of soil, so I want to go buy more soil to plant up this side. And I hope to also set up the water today. Did you spot something? Let's go check it out. So it's now a few days later. I came out and I put these two, I don't know what to call them, stands here in the back garden. Let me zoom out. In place of these arbs, the arbs that I took out. And I don't know how I like it there. It's been at least 2 days since I've been out here, since the last time we came out and did the drip along there. They're not very stable too, but my whole plan is I hope to, they came with some stands, like glass stands, and they only came with 4. I did get this as a from Facebook Marketplace. They were $25 each. Believe it or not. I think they're a good find, a great find actually. They came with some glass tops. So it only came with 4 glass tops though. I think she had 2 for this and 2 for there. So I still want to grow some flowers and some plants on here, but I may also grow some food on there. But I don't know how much I like it so far. When I look at my whole backyard, I feel like I'm filling it up with so many different things, and I don't want it to become things. Oh, I need to get that out of there. I don't want it to be full of different things. I want it to be full of flowers. But I guess because it's a small backyard and also there's not a lot of flowers growing yet, it's gonna rain. The sky is changing, but you know me, nothing's gonna stop me. I am going to still plant what I need to plant. So I'm gonna put the stands out, and then I'm gonna put some, well, I don't know if it's stable. Like, look at the bottom, look how I have it. Will it just fall over if the wind comes through? I don't know. But my plan is to put a mirror over here and eventually get something to put underneath here. I don't know if I want to make it a little sitting area maybe. But I now have potatoes growing in there. So there's not much space for a sitting area. Maybe a little chair or something else here. But let me go get I'll just leave it like this. I don't know. Or should I level it out? You know what? I'm going to come out and I'm going to just level it out a little. This is not going to do. I am so enthralled by the birds that I think I might just put a bird bath there in the middle, underneath the mirror. Wouldn't that be lovely? I want to see more of them. I'm always watching them. And I think they will be thankful. They better be, but I will be. At least that counts. Can I tell you guys something? When we first started, my nose and the allergies were really bad. I even had to take like Reactin, which I don't like to take. Then, the Lord came through. After praying about it one day, I forgot that I even had allergies. So the last 2 or 3 times that I've been out here, I've been fine. Yay. And I just thought I'd share with you if you're a believer. But if not, just put it aside. But remember that prayer works. It really does. Anyways, it's raining. And I did say nothing's going to get me out of here. But I just did my hair yesterday. So I'm sorry, but I'm not getting that wet. So you got me out of here for today, I guess. And I'll be back next time. Yes, I said I wanted a bird bath there, but someone was throwing away this beauty and I couldn't resist. I'm such a fan of the French style of having flowers coming out of tables and different things that you would use in your house but outside. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. But I'm on a mission. I want to plant as many different seeds as possible today and just kind of style up the garden as we go.
I bought 6 of them last year from the thrift store, like Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to use them this year to grow food on that trellis over there. Well, on the stand that we bought. I put that stand there a few weeks ago, and I was going to use the cocoa fiber that came with it, but that cocoa fiber is a bit disgusting. I used it in the worst possible way ever, like stuffing it underneath my fence to try and block any critters from getting into my backyard. So it's no longer good, and I don't want to go spend more money. Hold on. So I might just use this garbage bag. I'm going to put it around this, and then I'm going to cut it and fill it up with soil and poke holes at the bottom. And I think that would suffice. I also put that white table over there. I'm kind of contemplating whether or not I should paint it black or brown to match my color scheme. But because of the birds, like the pot on the table, I'm going to put water in there and then put one of those solar powered water fountains so that it goes up. And then the birds, while they're there, they might like poop, like defecate on a few things, and white won't really show, but black will, and then I'll be painting it all the time. So I'm just kind of thinking through some options. Oh look, I may not even have to cut it. Let's see if I could just stretch it over. Well, that's easy. Is it pretty? Let me see. I have to put it in this way. What does it look like? Well, it's not the most beautiful thing. This is what it looks like. But it'll work for now.
So I went ahead and collected all of the containers that I had and just started preparing them. It was Nice knowing that the black garbage bag fit over them, and aesthetically it wasn't that bad actually. I actually prefer black in them rather than the brown cocoa fiber. It just stood out too much to me. So I like how it turned out. It's the next day and I'm ready to plant seeds. So I'm going to get everything prepared. I've already covered it and poked holes in all of the containers yesterday. So I think it's ready to go. I'll show you what I'm going to be planting soon.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't.
The soil has been filled in there, and I'll show you all everything that I'm going to plant and where. Okay, so let's do this. They're all going in here, and then I will be putting them in this position after I plant the seed. So I'm going to be planting these three things first. I have peanuts. We love peanuts here. And cucumbers. And then heirloom bush bean. So this is a bush variety that won't like spread like a vine. And so I'm planning on putting this very base right there inside the container that's going to go down here, because the second level there is open. The cucumber, this is a vining variety, so it means it won't grow as a bush, but it will trail. So I plan on putting this up there, can you see? And then it will vine going down. Okay? The peanuts, because it grows as a bush type and is very low growing, it almost looks like salad. And apparently it has bluish green foliage. So I'm just going to plant that in the same container I plant the cucumbers in. So the cucumbers will be planted on the side of the container, and then the peanuts will be planted in the middle of the container, growing upwards. So that's the plan for these three. Now let's do the others. Next, we have these two. I'm planning on planting the compact winter squash, butternut squash, and delicata. I just like what they look like in the fall. So I'm planning on planting this at the base. So it'll be planted at the very base and it'll have space to go through. And then the watermelon, this watermelon is not so big. I think it also grows as a bush sometimes, but it might vine. I don't know. But I'm planning on putting this in case it vines. Doesn't say if it's a bush variety or not. But it's sugar baby. And from what I've seen, it might be growing to like a little bush, but they're smaller watermelons. I'm planning on putting them at the very top right there. So if it vines, it has space to vine downwards. These marigolds, the white ones, it's called Marigold Eskimo. Then I have sunflowers. What's a garden if you don't plant sunflowers? If I don't plant sunflowers, I feel like I'm missing something. So sunflowers always take a long time to grow. Look at that. 75 days to 90 days. But when they do bloom, they're beautiful and they're fun. And then I know this is a cool season plant, but I'm going to plant it right now in the heat. It is lettuce because I like lettuce. And it's called container lettuce, ruby and emerald duet. Apparently, it's heat tolerant. I'm planning on putting the lettuce underneath our bench clean or our table over there. So I'm going to put it underneath there. And this red and green, I think it's going to be beautiful
just underneath there. See how it's shaded? So it's not too much sun. And then it gets some filter sun. So I think it'll be happy there. Oh Lord, let not the critters find this, but I want to put the lettuce there. Maybe I'll put it in the container down there, but I so want to put it in the ground. So I think that's going to be a perfect location. I'm going to show you this in person. So the sunflower, I'm planning on putting one right here on this side of the bench and then another on this side. So right here and right there, just kind of framing this bench. And then the marigolds, that is going to go in here. So we're going to deck this area out with marigolds. These are these are nepeta, like catnip that I've been growing in the house. They're very leggy, but they're ready to go outside and mingle. So I'm just going to put nepeta in here then. I'll put it at the back because they're babies. I don't think they're going to grow that big. I'll put nepeta here. It'll be nice blue nepeta growing with marigolds in the front. Let's see how that goes. I hope it's not a stupid thing to do, but you will never know unless you try.
I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. Hello, Ramona. I mistook you for a dream. The engine glows, and I guess you always seem to know. Hello, Ramona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown. To get back the life I used to know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Large one. Maybe I'll get one from the back. And I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take off the nodes. Just take some off a little bit. And I'm going to root it in so that I could have more of this color on that side because I don't have any more. So I'll just put it in this water and let it sit for a few days and I'll have a new plant on that side. Once the other one put on roots, I'll put it right in the middle. Now let's just put this in this spot. Okay. Let's do the other stuff. Oh, why is it that color? Oh my gosh, green? What? Interesting. Or per hill. I'm putting them all in compost. Anything that's a squash, watermelon, any of those, they like rich soil. So I put them straight in the compost.
show you what we've done. So this is what this area is looking like. I haven't watered just yet because we're supposed to be expecting rain for the next 5 days, starting yesterday, but it hasn't rained yet. So I may just water it in just to make everybody happy until the rain comes. But I've ended up planting a sweet potato vine that I had left over in the front here. Back there we have the nepeta. There's 4 of them. This one looks like it's sad already. It is a hot day. I need to water it ASAP. So there's 4 back there. Then I went around, like where you see the compost. I planted the marigolds. And I'm not going to put water in there just yet for the birds because I have seeds planted here and I don't want them to eat up all my seeds. We have coleus in there growing, rooting, so that we can plant it in this container here, which has the red coleus in there, just a regular 4-pack coleus. Down there we have beans growing, the bush variety beans. Up here we have peanuts growing in the front. And then on the sides we have cucumbers growing. So that's this stand here. And then this stand over here, we have squash growing at the bottom there. I think it's a bush variety squash, like a multigrain one. And then the coleus in here. So that's why I didn't have another of these. So I put it in water, and then once it grows, I will add it to that container so that they both mimic each other. And then up here, we have watermelons growing, and I'm not sure if it's going to be vining because I've seen others grow these and they kind of grow like a bush, but it might vine. Who knows? If it does, is there space for it to vine downwards on this semi-trellis? And then over here, can't see it very well, but this is like right in front of this area right here. I planted some marigolds so that the white marigolds will tie into the marigolds here. Then I planted the same marigolds in the corner on that side over here, so they kind of mimic each other. Then right in front of it, you can't see it yet, I planted sunflowers right here. And then there's sunflowers growing over here. And it's red and green, and it'll give me enough for the rest of the season. I planted a lot, and it'll match these containers up here. So it'll be a whole theme going, and I think the lettuce will be happy there. And on that side, the amaranth, so that this lady here wouldn't be lonely. I planted amaranth on this side, and this is hot biscuits. So it's a nice, beautiful beige one in the fall. And beans. So this bean is a yellow pole bean. Because of the yellow color, I thought it would be beautiful and it'll go well with these yellow petunias. So I'm planting those alongside the fence here with the nasturtiums that are also growing. This white finch olea in the front garden. And it's going to be beautiful white flowers. Lastly, the scarlet runner pole bean. This is also pole bean. I plan on planting that alongside the fence over here. Well, there's no fence yet, but I have chain link fence. And then if I get a real fence, it'll grow on. So these are all the seeds we planted. It looks like so many for a small space, but I'm excited. I want to see what it's going to do. I think it's going to be beautiful. I still want to show you guys what is going on here. So do you remember this space? When we came out here, we got that from the side of the road. Somebody was throwing it away, and I thought, let me put it here and plant some seeds. The only thing that really took off is this sweet potato vine. And I planted a few seeds in here, but they just never took off. And I don't know if this is a weed or a seed, but it's in there, and I'm just leaving it because I planted so many things. Oh, hold on. Just left it in there because I planted so many things. This is a catmint. I went to go buy a new one and replaced it with the old one there, and I think it looks beautiful with this container here that's looking all right. Could be much better, but it has Super Tunia Bordeaux in there, and yeah, the same Prince Tut grass in the middle. I also have another plant in there, the Impatient, but that is basically been gobbled up. And on the trellis right behind, I just went and got this metal structure that I was using to block my door back there. The kids are so ready for their brunch, but yeah, I had it over there blocking my door before I got my fence done. And so now I put it here as a little trellis, and I'm trellising some cucumbers onto there. And this is a squash that is coming from this container over here. Ooh, let me clean it up a little bit. You're not showing me off right. Okay, so that's a squash that's growing on there, and honeybees are all over this. This is watermelon. If you could see the little watermelon plants that are growing, and it was smart to put this plant here, the Bordeaux, because it helped with pollination, because now the bees are coming over, taking a scent of this, like smelling like eating from the flowers, and they're also pollinating. Like, look at this big one here, big watermelon. This is the smaller variety of watermelon. It is sweet. Oh, what a kind of watermelon is this? I gotta write the name down, but it's a smaller variety, and I'm excited to see it grow. And underneath there we have some coleus that I planted there, and there at the very bottom I had a lot of beans that had grown, and then I got cutworms that came through and cut it, so I'm growing cabbages in there instead. And I put some shells in there to try and, like some eggshells, to try and deter slugs. This is a container that I had in the house, and basically it has a bird of paradise in there. I don't know what kind of plant this is, but I like it. And yeah, and then it has this plant. I don't know what that is either, because I just saw it and picked it up. And then a coleus back here, and I have two of those, so one here and then the other one on that side, mimicking. We didn't finish on this side, so in the middle here is peanuts. And if you notice, I put this grass cuttings in here to try and deter the birds from cutting my plants. They were coming in and cutting it at the base here. I don't know if it was birds or cutworms, so I put that in there, and I sprayed BT to try and get them to go away. And these are the cucumber vines that are just kind of growing. My cucumbers are green. If anybody know why the plant is so green, let me know. Like, it's like mint green. It's supposed to be dark green, but it never was, and I don't know if something's wrong with it. But yeah, so that's what's growing there. And then at the very bottom of them, it's another squash variety that has lots of different colors of squash that's growing at the very base. And so, and we have basil all along here that's bolting, but they'll come back. And I'm growing seeds in those 4 containers like zinnias, and I hope they come up. So those are the food that's growing here. I have potatoes growing in here, if you guys remember, but I don't know if it's cutworms or what that came through and cut the potatoes. As you can see, the little bits of potato leaves. They didn't leave any for me. I had some there and over here. Look, the one that was left, they came and cut it down. And there's a big burrowing hole. So what is it then? I've discovered something. Is this voles? Look at it. It just came and cut the potato. Like, why? Why are you doing this to me? So that's that. And then a whole bunch of tomatoes growing on this. So many varieties. This one tastes okay. My favorite are these cherry tomatoes that the cutworms keep cutting back, which is why I put this grass in here again.
I have peppers growing in here, but it didn't take off. I guess the tomatoes shrouded it. But so many tomatoes on this plant. And the ones that the cutworms cut off, I put it on this table here as decoration, but I'd rather it be on the plant. And then I have more tomatoes growing here on this side of the garden with, you know, what is that? Basil that has bolted over here, but it still looks pretty. The flowers are okay. And my roses, some climbing Colette roses that I have over here, also mimicking that side of the garden with the climbing Colette roses over here. I just wanted to climb all along this, and I have to get something to connect it to that side, because when I built this here, I didn't do that. So that's my vegetable garden. The transformation was worth it. I'm so happy that I took the risk. It was nerve-wracking at the beginning, but once I started to see everything growing, I knew I had made the right decision. I've learned a lot. I now know, do not plant peanuts near your cucumbers because they're going to be chlorotic. They're not going to grow. I've learned, you know, yes, take risk in the garden with the critters, but know that they ain't playing around. So just protect your crops, because I lost a lot of crops, but I also gained a lot. And I'm happy you went on this journey with me, and I hope that you've also picked up some pointers or ideas of what you can do to your space. All right, guys, Happy New Year. Yesterday was Christmas, and I hope you had a great Christmas, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.